Liverpool have absolutely battered West Ham 5-0. What an unbelievable performance going into the new year with a run of fixtures where you just can't see Liverpool not winning the Premier League. They just look unstoppable. They look invincible. It's outrageous how good they look defensively today. And then the front three, the midfield, crushing West Ham. And West Ham didn't make things easy for themselves at points. It was a little bit tin pot defending. But Liverpool still created unbelievable goals. And actually, the first observation has to be from the 5-0 win, that you've got a different goal scorer for every single goal. And the quality of goals is just outrageous. This Liverpool side, it's the telltale sign of Premier League champions isn't someone that scores 25 league goals, for example, even though Liverpool are probably going to get that with Mohamed Salah in particular. But it's when you see midfielders, when you see players coming off the bench, when you see the left winger, the right winger, the different players, the fullback picking up a goal. It's a bit like when Chelsea used to win titles. John Terry used to pick up goals. Vincent Kompany used to pick up goals. Man City's had John Stones picking up a few goals every season from the box. And it feels like when you see different goal scorers in a 5-0 win at this stage in the season, very, very healthy signs. Let's just start off with all the goals. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new as well. Would really appreciate it. Leave your thoughts down below. The opening from Liverpool was cutthroat, gets into Diaz. It's a beautiful finish. He's got that in the locker. He's the kind of guy that whatever happens to Mohamed Salah, his long-term future, Diaz is the closest player to that level. Gakpo's fantastic. I like Jota a lot as well. But Diaz, for me, is the one that can take on that mantle if Salah were to leave. Even though Salah was instrumental today, Diaz was absolutely electric. Beautiful finish to make it 1-0 as well. Cody Gakpo makes it 2-0, 40 minutes in. At this point, the game's over. West Ham had some spells here and there, particularly in the second half when Somerville came on. But in the first half, it was all Liverpool. Bullied West Ham. 3-0 up at halftime. Unbelievable when you think about it like that, away from home. And the ball comes in from the right-hand side. And Mohamed Salah, with an unbelievable bit of skill, kind of backheels it away from the defender. It bounces and it lays into the feet of Cody Gakpo, gets another goal. You feel like in the last 6 weeks, this guy's been absolutely fantastic, Gakpo. Obviously, the goal against Leicester City was fantastic last week, but ultimately, he gets into the box. He can score. He had that cute little finish about him. He can carry the ball. I think Liverpool look far more balanced with Diaz down the middle, Gakpo off the left, and Salah off the right. I think that's the best front three they've got. Jota comes on. Nunes can obviously be in the squad as well and make a difference. But for me, it is Gakpo off the left as opposed to Gakpo down the middle and Diaz off the left. For me, Diaz down the middle creates more havoc, just ruthless, and he presses hard as well. Very, very energetic front three. And even when Liverpool were 4 or 5-0 up, the running from the side, very, very impressive. They got hunger, this Liverpool side, a determination to do unbelievable things this season. Mohamed Salah makes it 3-0, 44 minutes, a great finish, near post on his left foot. And again, it's just like every week you're talking about Salah, the way he's creating goals for others. He could have had a hat-trick again today. Every week I feel like I'm saying that. There was a great ball from Trent over the top in the second half, over the defender, where he blazed it over the bar, Salah. So you still think, actually, Salah, if he's really ruthless, could be picking up more goals. And that's despite the fact that, he top scorer in the league, goals and assists combined. Outrageous, and you still think there's room left to grow for him. I don't think he's peaking out. I still think there's an element where he could be even better. I really do think that. And obviously we could debate how long that goes on for. But in games like this, he's just a cut above. It reminds me so much when I was a kid watching Thierry Henry. It's not Thierry Henry against Spurs, Thierry Henry against Manchester United, those great goals that he famously scored. But Thierry Henry against Crystal Palace, Thierry Henry against West Ham, Thierry Henry against Southampton, Charlton Athletic. He just scored goal after goal after goal against lesser sides, with all due respect. And it feels like Salah's in that kind of form. Same with Aguero. You could throw that kind of label at Aguero as well. He's just that continuation of form. Just every week you see him on the score sheet. Every week it's happening. And he's given the Liverpool platform now where actually they could take their foot off the gas, particularly in the FA Cup, particularly in certain home games. And I'm going to talk about the running in a minute for Liverpool in the next few weeks, going into January and February. But it's just like, I think if Arne Slot, I think for me the biggest challenge for Arne Slot isn't really about approaching these games. You have to win them. You have to keep the form going. But I think Liverpool got so much momentum now. He can play almost anyone. They'd be hungry. They believe in the vision. His biggest challenge is about making sure that he's playing the right players at the right times and not fall into Arteta's mistake of playing big players too often, relying on Salah. If it's a 1-1 draw at home for Liverpool in certain games, they've got so much momentum in the title race that Salah doesn't need to play those games in the same way, even though he wants to. Obviously, as a player, he wants to. But you feel that Arne Slot's biggest challenge now is balancing the requirements, because Liverpool fans will be expecting Liverpool to not just win the Premier League now, but win the Premier League and the Champions League. Not expecting in a kind of Arsenal, not in a tie from AFTV kind of way, like a ridiculous way. But I think if Liverpool gets to Champions League semi-finals, if Liverpool are 10 points clear in the Premier League, there will be an ambition now to win multiple trophies this season. And it was the same with Jurgen Klopp when they were on for the quadruple a few years ago as well. And that will be Arne Slot's challenge, because they got so much momentum. They're smashing sides, 5-0. Trent makes it 4. Bit of a deflection, but the pressing from West Ham was absolutely embarrassing for the 4th goal. I think it comes off Kilman, but Kilman's about a million miles away from Trent. Trent shouldn't have that much space, particularly with Paqueta, particularly with Alvarez playing the sort of defensive line midfielder roles, getting absolutely nowhere near their man. It has to be a lot better. It really does from West Ham. That'll put a lot of pressure on Lopetegui, that kind of loss. Half-empty stadium as well. Not playing entertaining football. Not easy against Liverpool, but the half-empty stadium, sort of 80 minutes in, would be a big concern to the ownership at West Ham, and could actually make the decision for them, because it's half-empty when they're beating Wolves, let alone Liverpool when they're getting smashed. Big concern. Jota makes it 5-0. This goal was unbelievable. Salah's run past 3 or 4 West Ham men lays it off to Jota late. He doesn't play him in early. An amateur would play him in as early as possible just to make sure they make the pass right. Salah just keeps carrying the ball. So the first time that Jota gets the ball, he can hit it. First time, hits it into the roof of the net. I think the keeper should do a little bit better as Areola in goal as opposed to Fabianski now that he's back. I think he should be making a little bit more of it, in my opinion. He does touch it, but still, great finish from Jota. And Jota, it's a little bit rusty coming into the game. Misplaced a couple of passes, a couple of heavy touches. But that Liverpool intensity is still so high. You saw it from Andy Robertson. You saw it from Gravenberch. You saw it from McAllister, pressing high into the midfield and winning the ball back. And that carried on late into the game. This Liverpool side have got determination. They got ambition. That's the big word I want to use in this video, because I've watched Man City win titles. I've watched Chelsea win a title under Conte recently. Well, I'm talking the last 6 or 7, 8 years. And Arsenal haven't won the title in the last few years. Have they shown ambition? Have they shown desire to win the title, as opposed to just saying it? And Declan Rice came out after their win yesterday, I think it was, or the day before, saying that this Arsenal side has to be winning trophies. Saying it is one thing. PR is great. AFTV, people saying on AFTV, Arsenal have to win the title. That's great. But ultimately, do you see it in the performances? Are Arsenal able to show that? I'm just using Arsenal as an example. Chelsea haven't shown it in the last few years. Man City aren't showing it this year. Man United haven't shown it in 15 years. I'm just saying it. Liverpool show ambition, desire, adventure to go and try and win games of football and show that they're the best side on the planet. And they're doing that. They're executing against it. And by far, the best side in European football right now. They're so balanced as well. They keep the ball so well. And they work hard off the ball. They work as a team. They don't care if they don't get the pass. They don't care if they make a long looping, overlapping run and they've burst their lungs trying to get into the box and they don't get the ball. They don't look frustrated. They don't dive around. I think they hold themselves to the highest standard, and they don't care who scores. They're all happy for each other. They know what they're going to achieve this season. I think is likely to be a Premier League title. Let's just look at the fixtures. Man United, they'll smash them 11-0. Spurs, hard. It's obviously the first of a couple of games, so it's hard to predict that. Accrington Stanley at Anfield, a really nice game for obvious reasons for Accrington Stanley. They'll win that. They'll beat Forest. They'll beat Brentford. They'll beat Ipswich. They'll beat Bournemouth. I think there's a chance they could have had the league title wrapped up by the middle of February with a result against Wolves at home. I think they'll win every Premier League game. Aston Villa away as well. City in February. By then it will be too late for anyone to catch them up, and City won't be doing anyone favours anyway. So I think it'll be wrapped up pretty soon. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. I'll see you very, very soon.